What is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna do a little bit of a technical video, and this is involving Metal and C. Now, I'm creating my own game engine, or at least I'm trying to create my own game engine, and I've kind of taken a detour just a little bit because I came to the realization that I'm kind of using two languages to build this game engine, right? One is Objective-C, and then the other part is C. And however, this can be good, meaning that Metal is Apple's graphics API and is best used in Apple's languages such as Objective-C, Swift, and Apple languages, right? However, when you try to port this thing to a different language such as C, things get a little bit interesting, and that involves a little bit of memory management, which is something I just realized I'm pretty bad at. So to give you all a demonstration, right? This is our window, and this is currently rendering a red background that I don't like. So let's go ahead and change that. So it's in the clear color. So instead of clearing to a red color, let's clear to a dark blackish color, not too black, sort of like grayish black. Okay, so let's run that, and then there we go, right? So it's not completely dark, just a tint of black. So this is the new window, right? And I want to close it. And the reason why I want to close is that we have memory leaks, right? And these memory leaks are caused by the objects that are created in Objective-C and are now passed on to C. And now C has to now manage that and sort of try and close and release some resources and stuff like that. Or I think I could be wrong about my assumption, but what I did find out though is if I open up my activity monitor here just to track the memory that I'm using, I'm gonna run the app again, right? And then we're gonna check the activity monitor, and the memory that I'm using currently is 60. Well, as you guys can see, it just jumped to 94, and it's gonna continue to jump. Right now it's at 126, and the app is still running, and this is going to continue to grow. And the reason why it's growing is because of our loop here. Quickly gonna close this before I run out of memory. This loop, this while loop, is essentially doing quite a lot of stuff, right? Number one, we're creating a drawable, right? And then secondly, the biggest contributor here is that we're setting a texture. Okay, now this texture is coming from the window layer, right? The CA metal layer. This is what we're drawing onto, right? And this is what we're drawing onto and clearing onto, okay? So I feel like it's the biggest contributor to memory, because we're not really releasing it. We just keep on creating these things, and we're not deleting, we're not releasing those resources, and therefore it contributes to the amount of memory that we have leaked out. So if I were to run this again, sometimes it starts low and then it goes all the way back up to like hundreds to 500s, and it just keeps on growing, and this is not good, honestly speaking. And I can aggravate this by going in full screen mode. So if I go into full screen mode, you'll see it's gonna jump 2 gigabytes. So you can see that we have significant amount of memory being leaked, and it's caused primarily by the drawable, because if you look at it, a texture essentially takes the size of the screen that is being rendered to. So when I create a full screen view, I'm increasing the texture size, and it just becomes this huge texture, and then we run out of memory because we're creating this every single frame, and we're not deleting it or we're not recycling it. We just keep on creating more instances of it. So that's not healthy, and that's not good. And the issue that I'm faced with is, how do I release those resources? I tried using free, and then I pass in what I want to free, and it does just a little bit, doesn't do too much, right? And sometimes if I do add another free here, and let's just say I try to free, I don't know, the command buffer, since we're at the end of the list here, or the end of the functionality here, I can't do this, right? It's gonna crash. Okay, it's gonna crash, and we get a bad memory access. Okay, and I explored other solutions such as enabling arc. And if you don't know what arc is, essentially it's just for Objective-C, and it just sort of like releases memory for you automatically. So if I enable this now, it's saying yes. And I come back here and then I try to run this, it won't work. Okay, it won't work, right? I'm gonna get some implicit okay, no, these ones I can actually just fix. So let me just quickly fix these. They're only applicable when I have arc enabled. And then I'm gonna have this error, right, whereby we have zombie objects being created, or I don't know, I just don't know how memory is managed in Objective-C, and I'm having this bad access memory. How do I actually, debug this? How do I debug this? I just can't. I don't know what's really wrong. I don't know how to fix this. So if anybody with more knowledge than I have is watching this video or knows of someone who's really good at Objective-C and won't mind taking a look at this code and my C bindings, do hit me up in the comment sections below, and yeah, tell me what I'm missing and what it is that I'm doing wrong, just so that we can get this running, because I do want to have these C bindings working, so that just in case someone does want to use Metal using C, they can use it directly in C and they don't have to touch Objective-C code. So I'm gonna post this project, and I'm gonna put it publicly available on GitHub, so you guys can download it and play around with it. And in case you come up with the solution to sort of solve the memory issue we have here, then do hit me up in the comment sections below and let me know how you solved it. So that's it for this video. That's all I just wanted to talk about. It's just one of the hiccups that I'm currently faced with. However, the engine does work properly fine when I just incorporate Objective-C in this separate folder and I implement the render in Objective-C and then have the rest of the engine in C. It works perfectly fine. We don't have issues with memory or anything like that, mainly because the render itself is hosted in an Objective-C file and all the implementation is actually handled there, and the loading and the unloading of resources is handled in that file, and it works perfectly fine. But what about a situation where you just want to work in C? You don't want to have to deal with Objective-C, and this is what I'm trying to solve. So if you guys know how to solve this issue, do hit me up in the comment sections below, and yeah, let's get this engine working and let's get these C bindings working so that we can build engines in strictly pure C or C++. So that's it for this video. If you guys watched and do enjoy this content, do hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.